I
Sure.
sure want to talk about the Penguin.
Okay.
Go for it. Yeah, Penguin's good.
There's a clip here the DC YouTube channel put out of clips of the Penguin from the Batman movie, just all of his clips from the movie. And I just watched it a little while ago, and it was a nice refresher, and I just love this character, man. I'm just loving it. We did episode 5. Episode 5 recently. AC, you saw it?
Yep. He is screwed.
I don't know. He ended that episode in his own super secret underground lair.
Right, but all he's got is the kid, and they're not, like, what are they going to do against, like, the whole, like, Maroney family?
He's got 2 buckets of mushrooms left also, okay? He's got 2 buckets of mushrooms and that kid and a dream.
And also, Sophia is, like, hell-bent. She hates him now, too. But I don't know. Yeah. It's not looking great, but he is the Penguin, so I'm sure he'll come out on top at the end.
He just keeps weaseling his way to the top. It's so fun to see. It's so fun to watch.
He's just like a little worm that you like to root for.
He really is. I'm rooting for him. He's an awful person, don't get me wrong. I've got no delusions that he's the good guy or anything. But man, I love watching him weasel his way around this criminal underworld that they're building up. It's so juicy, man.
He's becoming the Penguin that you definitely want to watch, Robert Pattinson, punch in the face.
Yeah, again, he knocked him around in the Batman movie. Smashed him up against that window. I watched that clip. The clip's in the Discord. Join us in the Discord. I put the clip in there. It's great.
You said that this was on Max, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
So what happens in this episode? Here's a good breakdown. Penguin kidnaps the Maroney kid, which sets off the whole chain of events for the episode, right?
Man, I just like how Maroney just able to bust out of prison.
Yeah, Maroney gets out of prison. He gets stabbed. Yeah, they stab up Clancy Brown, but he comes out alive.
And the other is like Sophia basically just like says, "We're the Gigantes, not the Carmines no more."
Yeah. She takes her mother's maiden name, becomes the head of the Gigante family. Yeah, she makes a great speech to all her men. She's like, "Listen, Falcones are dead. I killed them all." Oh, here's a great shot for it. She took out the family last episode, pinned it all on poor Johnny Vitti, who just wanted to sleep with Uncle Luca's wife, but he paid the price. He paid the price for his indiscretions. That son of a bitch. That actor was in House of Cards. Back when that show was good, he played Doug Stamper in that, and I've liked him ever since. Love to see him in something.
Here's the thing about this show. That is both, I love it, but it's against it as well. Yeah. It would make a great mob story, but I think it's kind of distracting that it's set in the DC universe because it's Gotham City and it's the Penguin, and we know the events of the Batman that took place before everything. And it's the Carmines and Maroney. They're also comic book characters, and it's sometimes it's a little distracting because I'm waiting for just like Mr. Freeze to show up or something.
Waiting for the Batman to pop through a roof, a ceiling, drop down.
Yeah, what is that? I understand the thing with Batman, but what about Jim Gordon?
Where's he at? Well, we saw the police chief, and Jim Gordon's not commissioner yet, right? What was his rank in the Batman movie? Do you remember?
He was like a lieutenant, I think.
Yeah. We did see that one policeman that was in the Batman movie, though, with the interesting voice, the raspy voiced policeman. He showed up. Was that last episode or this one? I forget. He was in the Batman 2 on the police force. He came and talked to Sophia after everybody was dead. Yeah, it was the beginning of this episode. He was talking to her about what's going on, and she's like, "Oh, you're just worried about your kickbacks. You're just worried about making sure you still get money from the Falcone family." And basically told him to ship off because she's taken down the family. There is no more Falcone family. He's going to have to deal with it because the police are used to being paid off by these families in Gotham. Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I'm saying is it's supposed to be New York, but it's not really.
I thought Gotham was Chicago.
I thought it was New Jersey.
Gotham's supposed to be in New Jersey, I think, but it's like
Okay.
Oh, there was another thing going back to the last episode where I talked about the Joker movie. They set Gotham is supposed to be in New York because it's the state of New York versus Arthur Fleck.
Oh, really?
Which I thought was interesting.
Gotham City in New York.
So I think in that universe, I guess New York is just called Gotham.
I wonder if Metropolis is also in New York in that universe. But that's its own. I mean, they can do whatever they want in that universe, right? Since it's such a standalone project.
Sure.
Yeah, because I thought Metropolis was New York, and then Gotham was Chicago, because in The Dark Knight, they filmed it in Chicago.
Oh.
In Zack Snyder's DC universe, Gotham and Metropolis are just next to each other, like across the bay.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I don't think where their location is canon, like anywhere. They keep it vague for a reason.
Yeah, like,
they're made up. They're made up cities.
right, like Central City with the Flash. It makes you think it's Seattle because of all the coffee references and stuff, but it could be anywhere USA.
This is
Also,
one map I found on the internet. I don't know how much accurate it is to any of the official works. I don't even know what this is based on.
They could be anywhere. That's what I'm saying. And it's funny how sometimes in the DC universe they'll refer to New York or Chicago as other places that I think they actually go to.
Here's the comparison with the real world map, though. Jersey kind of makes sense.
Oh, it's on the
tail. Was over here.
Oh,
it's on the south end of Jersey.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows where it officially is located?
I'm not from the East Coast. I don't know anything about that.
But anyway, where were we? Penguin, episode 5. Oh, yeah. So Sophia also makes a deal with Maroni. She's like, hey, look, we both hate the Falcones. Let's be friends. And he's like, I got stabbed in prison and made it out, but my family's dead. Why is his family dead? Oh, yeah. The Penguin lit them on fire. He lit them on fire. I've got no screenshots of it here. That's probably for the best as far as
that's pretty
YouTube
brutal.
is concerned. But he had kidnapped the son in the beginning of the episode. He returns the son to his mother. He's dripping wet. And wouldn't you know it, he's soaked in something flammable. He goes to his mother, and Penguin just, they get attacked by the Maroni guys, but they take them all out, which was amazing. Like, the Penguin's just, like, waves his gun around and guys die. It's pretty easy for him. Yeah, and then he torched the Maroni son and the Maroni mother. So Clancy Brown's gonna be pissed. Don't mess with Clancy Brown. I don't know if this guy knows anything, but that's gonna be dangerous. But it's the Penguin show, not the Maroni show. So I think I know who's gonna win.
I know. It's definitely gonna be a showdown between those two.
Yeah. But then there's the mushrooms in the warehouse where all that showdown happened, where he lit them on fire. That had the mushrooms in it that are used to make this drug that they're trying to get to the streets to make a bunch of money off of it. That's like his big move that he's trying to pull off. But the fire suppression system goes off after he lights them on fire because he stands there watching. Oh, man, I need a screenshot of when he's just standing there, though.
Oh, and
it was brutal. He had the weirdest look. There it is. The weirdest look on his face when he was watching him burn up. Colin Farrell in this suit, man.
It's crazy. It's really great prosthetics.
Wild. Yeah. Wow.
I was going to say...
There was a couple times in this episode where I sort of thought it was falling apart a little bit. But mostly it's great. Mostly it's really great.
And hey, kids out there, kids listening right now, don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs.
Yeah.
Drugs are bad.
Drugs are bad.
You're trying to steal a bunch of mushrooms from a fellow crime boss, another crime lord, for your crime boss. That's bad.
If someone offered you, what is it called? Bliss? Or...
Yeah, Bliss.
Don't do it. It's not going to be great.
You're going to have a bad time. You're going to have a bad time. Is it just all South Park references we're doing?
Gonna be bad.
Wait, what was it called? Bliss?
Yes,
Bliss.
The drug that they're making from the mushrooms is called Bliss. Yes.
It was originally like what they would use in Arkham Asylum to give to the patients there.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a comic book name for a drug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take some Bliss.
Yeah. But then by the end of the episode, he found, and this I thought was kind of almost a throwback to the Danny DeVito version of the Penguin, but he finds this underground lair in the old subway system under town that's totally unused. And he just, bashes a door open, goes down some tunnels, and here you go. Man. Underground lair. He says to the kid, oh, it's nice and warm down here. Perfect for growing mushrooms, or whatever. They just like, yeah, it'll be perfect for the mushrooms. Excellent.
Do you think by the end he'll be riding like a big rubber ducky?
I'm hoping so, man. I want him to be riding
and
a rubber ducky down
around
these tunnels. He waddles big time in this show, Matt. You got to catch up. He's got to waddle, but they explain it. They explain it because he's got club foot. They show it in like the first episode. They show his foot and it's all gnarled up. His toes are all gnarled up, so it's hard for him to walk. So we know that he's constantly in pain, Matt, all the time. Always in pain.
You know how I hate feet. That's going to be a rough scene for me to get through.
Yes, it is. Yeah, that was episode 5 of The Penguin. What a show, man. What a show. And I'm really worried that this kid Vic is going to be dead by the end of it. I think he's going to die, man. I don't think he's going to make it out of this season alive.
I mean,
I'm worried about him.
He had the choice to leave the city with his GF and He didn't. He came to Oz because I don't think Oz would have a problem stepping over his corpse.
I think he's going to probably end up sacrifice. It's going to be some sacrifice that we feel like maybe Oz is questioning, but he definitely does it anyway. You know, maybe feels a little bad about it. He's going to sacrifice this kid to get away, though. Something, I don't know. I just don't have a good feeling about his fate.
No. And I can't really think, though. Unless he becomes a different character, but I don't know who he would be.
There's a couple of Victors in Batman lore among the villains gallery, right? Victor Zsasz and Victor something else.
Oh, that could work. Maybe he could be Victor Zsasz. I don't know what would bring him to that point to become Victor Zsasz, but
getting betrayed by the Penguin and screwed over royally. That's the same stuff that happened to Sophia that made her the villain she is now. That made her Gigante.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. He's definitely not Victor Feliz.
I'm gonna start watching it, but I mean, is this kid sweet enough that he would never become a serial killer, or does he kind of have serial killer potential?
He's just a kid who's just had a really bad upbringing, and so like he gravitates to Oz to be like, this is my ticket to the good life, hopefully.
Yeah.
So he could be a serial killer.
And his parents were killed during the events of the Batman.
Yeah.
And so
his whole neighborhood got wiped out when they flooded the town, when the Riddler blew up the seawall in Batman.
I still need to watch that movie.
Oh, you haven't even seen the movie?
I'm so far behind you guys.
You should watch that before you watch The Penguin, just for the cohesiveness of the experience. Because they talk about those events a lot in The Penguin. So.
You know me, you gotta drag me kicking and screaming when it comes to DC, but I'll do it. I'll watch it.
This is a good little slice of DC. The Batman movie and this series, it's going quite well, I think. I'm really enjoying it so much.
I loved Gotham, and from what you guys are saying, it sounds a lot like Gotham, but like less PG.
Yeah, it's way more R-rated than that show was, for sure.
So I'm kind of digging the idea. So you guys are selling me on it. You know, now that I know that I can probably watch it.
Get into it.
I'll give it a shot.
Okay. I'm good on Penguin. If you guys are good on Penguin, is that enough Penguin talk?